Let's talk a little bit about that new edit you did, Halo on PlayStation. So just tell me about that project. Like, what was the inspiration and everything, the story behind it?
Just make an edit of like how I feel about the prospect of Halo coming to PlayStation and kind of, getting reinvigorated on a new platform even. Like, how does that make me feel? How can I like display how I feel on a video? I was really pulling on, my memory of how cool PlayStation was back in the day, like PS2, PS1 era.
Hey fellas, engaging with and sharing our work makes the algorithm favor our content. We're asking for your help to reach more folks passionate about this art form. Please share, like, comment, and engage with our content the most you can. We appreciate you. Now here's what you came for. All right, and we are good to go, man. How are you doing, Reflections?
Good, man. Been really busy. How have you been?
Good, good. I've been busy too, man, with the contest ending and work and everything going on in life and everything. It's pretty chaotic, yeah.
I feel you, man. Work's been crazy. Busy summer. Congrats on the contest, man. Like, I know that was a ton of work.
I was actually contemplating like revealing the winners on this podcast. Um, I don't know, like I don't know if I should or if I should wait and make like a big because I want to make a big announcement video, like a big official fancy video.
What's your gut, man? Whatever you're feeling.
Let's
When were you gonna announce it?
Well, I wanted to do it. I want to do it like this weekend if I can get the video done. But I mean,
Yeah.
I talked to Photon and he was like, "Well, you made like this trailer that was pretty fancy, so you need to make something on that level in order to announce the winners." I'm like, "Crap!" Like, so now I got to think of something to do. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand.
All right. So,
Um,
reflections. Can you just for everybody watching, can you introduce yourself? Just tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what your specialties are.
yeah. I've been playing Halo since like Halo 2. Just love playing video games. I've always loved editing. A big video editor, and I like photography and stuff like that. So just digital art in general. Also love like doing mixing and mastering on like music and things like that. Big rock music fan. Um, so I think as far as like my hobbies go, I'm really into just anything editing wise. So just absolutely love that stuff, and it's an honor to be involved in the community and get to know everybody. It's super sick.
You're too modest. So for everybody listening, Reflections is one of the sickest editors in the game right now for Halo. Um, so I just want to throw that out there because,
I appreciate it. I
dude,
I try to make good stuff. I'm always trying to improve for sure.
let's talk a little bit about that new edit you did, Halo on PlayStation.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. What do you want to know?
So just tell me about that project. Like, what was the inspiration and everything, the story behind it?
Yeah, so it was what, last April or June whenever I was trying to come up with a concept for a new one, and I've always been really inspired by the way Halo Arcade themes his edits with it's usually like cosmic horror, but he does like some blue tinting and color correction. And I don't know, I always liked the music he used and the color correction, and it kind of sent me down this path of looking into jungle music, which is the type of track that you could hear in that song. And it's very fast paced, and it's kind of similar to some of the stuff that Halo Arcade used. And then I was just like, thinking about, man, all the rumors of Halo coming to PlayStation, which looks like that's gonna happen. It probably get announced in October, right? So that's exciting.
Oh wow.
And I was, so I was like, man, I mean, just make an edit of like how I feel about the prospect of Halo coming to PlayStation and kind of, getting reinvigorated on a new platform even. Like, how does that make me feel? How can I like display how I feel on a video. And I was really pulling on, my memory of how cool PlayStation was back in the day, like PS2, PS1 era.
Oh yeah.
Um, PS4 was dope too, but I don't have a PS5. I miss PS3, but like I just remember playing all those games and I was like, how do I like convey like the vibe that it gave me as a kid? Like kind of nostalgic. But so that was kind of the premise of how it came together. But with the fast-paced music, I wanted something fast-paced to kind of push myself. I have a tendency to slow things down because I like big slow shots, but at the same time, I think it hinders me a little bit. So I wanted to go real fast and just see how it comes out. And it was a challenge. I really was surprised by the reception to it because during it, like I remember back in like December, January and February when I was finishing it up, I was really struggling to get through it because I wasn't, I don't know, I wasn't 100% sure that it would turn out well, but I do think it turned out pretty cool.
Dude,
I'm glad.
that video is fucking dope, dude. And it's actually
Like,
one of the what's it called few themed edits that Halo has. There's not that many like actual themed edits. I can probably count
yeah,
on my hand how many I've watched at least. Like I can't name them off the top of my head right now, but that just shows like there's not
yeah.
that many because I've watched so many montages now.
Yeah, Halo Arcade and Art Sensitive do a lot of really cool like theme stuff. I think Art Sensitive has one that's like Windows 98 kind of themed. It's like a vaporwave song. Or it may have been Halo Arcade. They're like really good friends and they do stuff together. But it has like the little icons from like the Windows 98, like the loading mouse icon and all that. It's super cool. I have to link it to you.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, I think you know, it's at least for Infinite, there are some themed edits, but like I think it's hard to come up with themes sometimes. It's just kind of a challenge to really put something together, that's like themed maybe. Because like a lot of mine aren't. I've had like one or two before, but they were like anime themed. So I'm glad the idea came to me. It was cool. I'm glad I made it. But yeah. Themed edits are pretty sick. Don't know that I'll always do that. They're pretty challenging. So
So, what software do you use? Like I saw you showed me like when you were working on Halo on PlayStation that you mostly do all your editing and pretty much Adobe After Effects, which is like for people that don't know, he had like Reflections has like a million layers in his projects. It's pretty intimidating watching that actually.
yeah, I use I use Photoshop, After Effects, Blender, Adobe Audition, and then I render it all in Premiere once it's all completely done. And then I have my glitch pedal, and I have a new software called Dither Boy, which does like dithering effects to photos and video sequences. So
What is
that's a
dithering?
really cool one. Dithering is like, I don't know the technical term, but I'd probably fail a test on editing. But it's basically puts like grainy spots on the image that you're doing or video.
Ah,
It's like
okay.
taking the colors, like the contrast, and makes it black and white, and then it like makes it kind of like really really, it's not grain, it's thicker than grain. I don't know the technical terms well enough to explain it, but yeah, it's a cool art style for sure. But yeah, but with I mostly just entirely edit everything in After Effects because I don't know, I hate linking stuff from Premiere to After Effects. You can do that. It's just frustrating to me. You get a
How do
lot of
you
work on links.
how do you manage the time remapping in After Effects? Because it's way easier to time remap in Premiere Pro in those sequencing softwares than it is in After Effects because you only get the visual in the keyframes there. So how do you
Oh,
conceptualize that?
actually, you can change it to the graph. I don't claim to be any expert at doing the graph correctly. I took a class on that one time and I failed it. So, but I mean, I understand like easy ease and the F9 and making the right curves. But yeah, you can toggle it in After Effects and actually get the curve graph and do it that way. So it's actually easier in After Effects than Premiere. if
Really?
you toggle it appropriately. Yeah.
I use a curve graph for like different things, like like what's like whenever I easy ease anything, I'll bring up the curve graph, but I never used it for the time remapping. Um,
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's a good
There's a really
tip.
good easy tutorial on that. It's a look up Call of Duty montage tutorial. It's like one of the most basic ones. It doesn't really apply to Halo, but yeah, it shows you how to do that.
And so this is a question off of the prompt that I gave you. How did you balance the gameplay, the clarity of the gameplay, and the visual effects of in Halo on PlayStation, so that people can still follow the action and also appreciate the visuals?
Um, yeah, it's something that I definitely want to improve on. Each edit that I do, I'm trying to find ways to, you know, bring that crazy visual style with all those wild effects, but also make it so that it's, more clear and you can understand the action. Because I have a lot of different influences and, I like both of those worlds. But with this one, I think the process was really go really, really hard on it. Like just go crazy with it and make sure the syncing and the flow's right. And then whenever I finished it, I went back. Well, I finished it in segments, right? And then I went back on the previous segment and I would reduce things down um that where it maybe felt too cluttered. And one thing that I did notice on the second half of the edit, it was feeling just overwhelming on the screen. I use some of the color effects to like isolate the sky and make the sky kind of change colors instead of everything. So like there's parts of the foreground that's not changing color in some of it, while like other elements are. So it's not as overwhelming, and there's still like color on the screen and stuff. I don't know. That's like what I told myself in my head would work. So I don't know if it did, but that's kind of the logic I tried to follow, and then just go back when you're done and remove certain elements and rewatch it and see if it's good without them. But I think like, going back and reducing things, back down until it's like, how much can I remove and it still looks good? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
and then stop once it stops. Look, stop if you go too far, but like, how much can I remove and it still looks great? So
that's such a good
that's the logic.
description of the word, such a good usage of the word reduce in terms of like video editing. I don't think I've ever heard anybody use that term in the way that you've applied it. Um, yeah, that's exactly that's a really powerful technique, pretty much reducing and going back and reducing the elements that you see are kind of like decluttering the video so that it's more visually coherent, I guess.
Yeah, one thing I stumbled across, and I'm sure everyone, like, as they edit and get better and, expand their style, they have these little epiphanies. But like, I always run into this problem is like, I have certain effects, that, you know, I have like 5 or 6 different versions of them that look really cool with like different colors and like background effects on it. And I'm like, man, these all look good. I wish they could all be in here, but you can't play the same angle 6 times in a row. So what I started doing was stacking them on top of each other and then clipping in and out of them, and it's mostly like some foreground and background stuff.
Like a
And
flicker.
kinda. I tried Flickr. Sometimes it can be too intense, but like it's basically just taking that one angle and taking those 6 different versions of that effect and chopping them up and like mixing, fading them in and out, and like it comes out pretty cohesive. That was kind of an epiphany I had with some of my effects. That was really fun. Um, I did that in the last 2 videos I did, especially with like color grading.
I think some people might look at Halo on PlayStation and miss how deep the actual editing to that is, because you're using the pedal, you're using these presets that you said, all this layering, all these like tools basically that you have. Can you tell us a little bit about your background? Because you had mentioned to me in a chat before that you have like a bachelor's in arts.
Yeah, well, I have a bachelor's in marketing. I did go to school for editing,
Oh, I'm
Arizona
sorry.
State, but I shoot, it's all good. I Yeah, I went to school at Arizona State and did like 3D modeling and stuff. But like, to be honest with you, man, that was wasted money because like most of the stuff I learned that's like really, really good is like from YouTube, and self-taught. The classes weren't they weren't really any better than any YouTube tutorial I've ever seen, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, but my background kind of started in like Photoshop. I always loved Photoshop as a kid, and I feel like that influenced sorry, my color grading. And yeah, I mean, my color grading, sorry, my audio cut off for a second. But yeah, my color grading in Photoshop, I would like stack layers, and I like using a bunch of blend modes. So like in After Effects, I just stack like the same exact clip 9 or 10 times with different color variations and blurs, mainly like Gaussian blur. You start with luminosity on the second one, and then you just start stacking. And if you throw in channel mixers and do different blend modes, you can get some crazy colors. And then you start throwing like blurs in some of those layers, you get some really, really cool colors that you can't get with like the standard color grading tools. So that's kind of like the logic I approach it with. It's not the most efficient. I'm not an efficient editor. My timeline loads so slow because the way I structure my edits. I'm like burning my PC up.
Dude, that's so dope, man. Like, that's so dope, bro. So next question is, what tools do you want to see in the Halo Montage universe?
I do know one thing I would really like to see that a lot of Call of Duty people have, and I may be mistaken, but I'm pretty sure they have this. Obviously dolly cam in every Halo. That would be really sick. But I would like to see some kind of tool that could separate the background and the foreground so you can create like rotoscopes and depth maps easily. I know we had that for like Halo 3 with Reshade and maybe Halo 2. I haven't experimented in other games, but also one that could just separate like the gun and the arm animations from the actual like background occurring so that you could just get those easily. I would love to see that personally. I think Halo Infinite's like theater system as far as how you find the clips, like it tags like overkills and stuff. I think that's great, although it's glitchy. Yeah, I would love to see those specific tools in every Halo game.
The one thing I don't like about Halo Infinite's theater system is you can't go up and down. You know what I'm saying?
Uh, I think so. I think you can go
You
up
can
and
you can
down.
you
I
can
haven't.
you have to tilt it. You have to tilt it, but you can't like with in Halo
Oh, I see
3,
what you mean.
yeah, in Halo 3 you could use the right and left trigger to kind of like rise and fall. You can't
Yeah.
really do that in Infinite. And I wish they had that. And also Y switching, that you can't Y switch.
Oh, yeah. It has its own quirks, but it's either me using it so much I don't see the flaws anymore, or I'm so used to it that it isn't that bad. Um, it's probably a little bit of both, somewhere in the middle. But like after using it a lot, it's not that bad. It really isn't. Like you get used to it, and it has its own quirks that make like the way you shoot angles come out really cool. So
That is true. It does have its pros and cons for sure. Um, so in our last chat, because I was going over our previous episode, and you mentioned that Halo Montage content creators needed to work on their audio production work. Um, I'm completely in agreement here. What audio production tools and efforts do you think need to be implemented to improve the videos?
uh, to be honest, I, I think most of the Halo montage scene has great audio. I was just giving that as like a tip for like beginners, to strip it out and do it. I can't really think of anybody that has really like poor audio. I think everyone does a pretty good job with it. But yeah, I mean, obviously, focusing on your audio is like super important. I was mainly, like, talking about myself as well because that's something I've been trying to learn and, get better at. Um, I mean, using some kind of program, like whether it be like, I use Adobe Audition or like, what is it, Pro Tools, something like that. to mix and
Ableton or
master your
something. Yeah.
tracks. Yeah, mix and mastering your tracks. I think everyone for the most part does it. I don't know anyone that has any like crazy clipping or anything going on. So yeah, I mean,
I think the issue I see with the audio is the lack of transitions between songs where it's kind of abrupt. That's what I notice the most, and sometimes the lack of audio gameplay audio usage, which I think like if you use a gunshot, then you should probably use the metal announcer voice. I don't know, man. Like I've been getting used to putting in all the sound effects, as many as I can, into the
yeah,
videos nowadays.
yeah. I think like obviously from like equalizing your track and making sure like all the sound effects are in the right key and fit in the waveform. That's really important when it comes to like what effects you want to use, what game sound you want to use, whether it's another game, a completely different genre or sound effects you make, or if you're going to use metals or not. I think that's more of a artistic choice. um
Okay.
sometimes I go with like sometimes I go with metals like the very last metal, like the last one hit on the clip. Maybe I'll do the announcer. I don't know. I mean, it depends on what you're making. I mean, obviously it's Halo and part of the montagings. I think a lot of people would probably say, hey, you should probably have the multi-kill announcer in there. And I could see that. I've done videos without it before too, though. But like, like my early stuff, I would just like bass boost my like sniper sound because it wasn't coming through the mix, and because I wasn't putting in the time to really like mix and master it, I just didn't know, and yeah, it makes it crackly, and I think people are like really into audio would notice it, but for the most part, you can't really tell. But yeah, I mean that's something I've tried to focus on. It's a whole nother world though, is the thing. Like yeah, it's as in depth as video editing within itself. So like
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
but and you can't really control like if you have a song with a lot of space in it, you have more control over whether or not your gunshots are going to be bassy or high pitched on the spectrum. But if you have a song with not a lot of space in it, like a heavy rock song, more often than not, you might have to go more high pitched on some of your sniper shots if you have a sniper shot in there, just stuff like that. So it fits in the mix because like if you pull up the waveform, you can see where everything's moving, and you want it in a spot where the waveform's not hitting. Sometimes you can artificially reduce the song, but yeah, it's really cool. I think everyone does a really good job with it though. I can't think of anyone that does a poor job. But yeah, I'm definitely continuing to try and do better at that because it's just cool. It's
Yeah,
really fun.
I don't think people do a poor job. I just think like when I see like for example, I watched Nikki HD edit like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or something like this,
Yeah.
and the visuals are so fucking top notch. Like you watch Nikki HD edit, you're like, holy crap, like these are ridiculous like visuals. But then when you have the audio play for certain parts and the audio not play at certain parts, I'm like, man, like this could have been even better than it was. Like
Yeah.
that's and not to criticize or anything, but I'm like, man, like I feel like it would have made it even better. Like to hear all those gunshots, all those sound effects of the guys dying, screaming, and all that stuff. And I don't know. I think it enhances the experience, especially for something top notch like her work.
No doubt, dude. Hey, could you give me just a second?
What were
Choked
we?
up earlier. I was dying.
Oh, you need some water.
Yeah.
I,
Yeah, I mean, the editing, you're talking about Nikki HD edit. Yeah, I mean, if you have crazy visuals and poor audio, it pretty much ruins the video because I think what in like cinema or like film, they talk about like movies, 90% of it's the audio.
I wouldn't
So
say I wouldn't say poor audio. I would say like missing audio. Like I feel like the viewing experience would have been enhanced had the production value of the audio been on the level of something like I don't know if you've ever seen The Funeral 3 by Danny Barron, but
yeah.
that was wild, dude.
Yeah, dude. Sometimes it's hard because like you're editing it, you're on the last bit, you're doing the audio scrub, and like you're like, okay, did I get all the sniper shots? Did I get all the shotgun shots? Did I get all the medals? Did I get all the reloads? And sometimes you post it and it's been up for a month, and then you notice, oh, there's a reload missing. You
Oh,
know,
yes, I know. I know that feeling, dude. Yeah, that's the worst, man.
yeah,
That's the worst. But
and it bothers you forever.
oh yeah, dude. So in one of the videos that I did, the one I did for Ether, um,
Yeah,
I missed a scream, a death scream, and I hear it every time. Nobody has said anything, but I hear it and I see it every time I watch that damn edit. And I purposefully don't watch it because I'm like I spot that error every time.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it happens. It's we're human, so it's part of it.
So now that we're on audio, what's your opinion on I don't know if you've seen the audio specialist I brought into the FMA Discord. His name is
Yeah.
James. Have you talked to him at all, or has he reached out to you at all?
I don't think I've spoken to him. You sent me some of the stuff he's worked on, and it was pretty cool. He's a cool dude. Yeah, I mean that's awesome that you're trying to do that and help the community. I think it's dope.
He's remastering all the sound effects for the Halo franchise, basically that we have for the Montage community.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah,
I think it's cool whenever people make like sound packs. So that's dope.
yeah. He's such a nice guy, dude. Like he's doing it completely for free. It's a passion project for him. Like super nice guy.
Yeah, that's sick.
And then well, we already touched on this. Also, besides sound work and design improvements, how else do you think we can improve our videos?
I think the main thing is just continuing to make stuff you like. I think that's how we're gonna continue to improve, because every time someone makes something really cool, um, everyone comes out the gate with something even cooler. You know, like we just keep like building on each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think like Puba and Noob Slayer dropped that video, Stockholm, and I'm pretty sure like the next round of videos to come out are gonna be like crazy because of that.
How did you feel
But
about
he's
that
like,
video?
oh, dude, it was immaculate. It was a beautiful piece of art, that's for sure. Like the sound design was crazy. Like I talked to him about how he did that soundtrack, and he put like the most insane amount of work into that soundtrack. Like you think it's like a couple of different songs. No, 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 no. It's like the whole thing is like just like spliced in audio from all this old music and like obscure stuff that like it has influenced him. And like it blew my mind whenever I realized how he had done that. I didn't know it was that in depth until I talked to him about it. So like, yeah. And then obviously like the framing and the cinematography was just like out of this world. But I mean,
It's
you
mixed
expect
really
that from
well.
those guys. Yeah, those guys are insane, man. Like, yeah, they're crazy. Great video. But I think like just making passion projects the biggest thing. And like I think everyone kind of lifts each other up, you know. People get inspired by other people's work, and it evolves the community. That's really all it takes is passion.
So we're on the subject of like creativity and improving stuff. I remember you posted something on your X about how like keeping an amateur eye keeps your style fresh.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to explore this topic a little bit with you. Can you just elaborate a little bit more on that? Because it's such a great take on how to be creative, really.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't think there's any special secret to being creative. You know, it's just inherent to being human, right? But whenever you're an artist, I think you can get gridlocked into developing a style, and then, you know, you set your own rules, especially if you're in a space of like preset notions of like what something is. You kind of grow into that, and you put yourself in a box. Whenever you're first starting out in a space or with a particular style, you're more open to like trying all kinds of different things. And sometimes that leads to innovative stuff. You know, sometimes it catches on, sometimes it doesn't. I think you can see that in like music, with new genres that like pop punk popped up, you know, with like Blink 182 and all these other bands. there was pop punk before that, but it didn't really take off. And but yeah, I mean, when you're an amateur, maybe like your concepts are really, really cool, but you haven't developed them to a point where they are good enough to, really reach their potential. Like, I think like people who are brand new at like editing montages sometimes have like really cool concepts, but maybe you just don't have the fundamentals, that to bring those concepts to life. Like, for example, like, my girlfriend draws. She's like, I can't draw legs good. She's like, I don't like the way my drawings look. I'm like, think about it. It's not, that's your style. You got to develop your style. The way you're drawing the legs is the style. It's not bad because it's not realism. I was trying to explain it that way, but yeah, it's
I see what you're saying. I
yeah,
like it's like if you're going for like photorealistic drawing, but like your strengths are something more surreal, right? So like
yeah.
like you say gravitate toward your strengths and do something that, really captures the idea that you're basically have the strengths in basically, I guess.
Yeah, and a lot of times when there's a preconceived notion of what something is, it makes it hard to create something new. Obviously, you can never really create something new. Everything you create is based on all of your influences that went into it. But I think there's a term for that. It's called skeuomorphism. So like the desktop or like the arrowhead, uh, and the mouse is an arrowhead, which is an ancient tool, like the pointer on your computer. Like, I think IBM developed the desktop interface in the 60s or 70s. I can't remember when. And skeuomorphism refers to whenever something is familiar or extracted from something that is familiar to you. And that's used a lot in like UI design. So like desktop interface was designed after a two-dimensional piece of paper because it's familiar to people and it would actually, make it usable. There's probably a lot of really interesting abstract ways to explore data on a computer other than the desktop interface, but it's familiar. So like, it kind of hindered innovation a little bit if you really think about it. But
If
yeah,
I can ask you, a question here, how do you think we can achieve like genuine inspiration?
um, I was talking to Noob Slayer about this a little bit, and he made a good point. It's just like just live life. It happens naturally, like listen to new music, watch different movies, go to different places, meet new people, stuff like that. Like, having life experiences is what really builds your influences, right? And like as you're living life, like the universe is throwing you data all the time, like and you can pick up on that and just a lot of people pick up on it subconsciously, but and it comes out through their work. So yeah, I mean, you just gotta go do things and experience life and enjoy it, and your art will change.
That's a really good assessment on that. Absolutely. Um, you mentioned some of the effects that you like to kind of like use, like not I wouldn't say presets, but like effects that you kind of gravitate towards. Can you name a couple of them?
Oh yeah, I like using Channel Mixer for my base colors. It's a it's kind of like an older effect in After Effects. I think it's in the obsolete section now. They haven't gotten rid of it. I like to use that and then grain and a four color gradient and then Gaussian blur. And I combine all those and I call it A1 luminosity. And then, you put it on luminosity blend mode and then you stack and mix and throw different stuff in and just see what you can come up with. That's how I do my color effects. It's really fun. It's my favorite thing. Um, I think turbulent displacement probably like one of the most goated effects because you can just do so much with it.
Yeah.
Um, mix that with noise or like, there's just a ton of things you can do with it. And then I really, really fuck with like wave warp a lot. For like shakes and
Tell me about
um,
that effect. Wave warp.
yeah, wave warp's really versatile. Whenever you first look at it, it just like shakes the screen, right? You could use it for like impact frames. You can use it to like do outlines of fonts and make it look cool. You have to like push it up really high, the values on it, so that it has like some line coming down it. There's a lot you can do with it.
And for
Um,
people watching, that's in After Effects, right?
yeah, I think there's a wave warp in Premiere too. I think you can do that in Premiere as well. It's a pretty standard effect, but there's a lot you can do with it. And then I really like CC lens. Like that's one of my favorite effects. I love whenever I see CC lens on like in a movie. I've seen it in a movie before. I forgot which one I saw it in recently. I was like, oh, yo, CC lens.
I-
That's so crazy.
Is that the one that makes like a fisheye kind of look?
Yeah, yeah. I like to use it for personally. Like I use it like so fast and like transitions and stuff. Like people do those anime edits where like pops and bumps. I don't know how to explain what kind of edit that is. I don't know the technical term, but the anime edits.
Yeah.
Like I like to do that, but except with the CC lens, it gives it a different flair to it. I don't know if it's good, but I use it all the time, so it's fun.
So next question is, what are some go-to AFX you think would work on almost every kind of video? I touched on this in like a little article I wrote on the FMA X where I said, and I want to hear your take on this actually. I said that RGB split, the horizontal bars, and oh man, I forgot the other one. I think I think it was optics compensation all look good when used kind of subtly throughout a video. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know specifically what RGB split does off the top of my head. I would have to look at it.
Okay, so
Um,
the RGB split, it splits
yeah.
the three channels into red, green, and
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I lost my train of thought halfway through there.
I got you. Yeah, dude. That's a cool effect. I like using that. I used to do football edits, and like I would do like this grainy like VHS effect, like it's from the '90s on like modern football edits, and I'd do the RGB split. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. You could isolate the red, blue, and green channels in 3 different layers too. But yeah, I could see that being good. I think it's a stylistic choice for sure. You mentioned the black bars. That always gives a whatever you do in a cinematic look. So I could definitely see that being something that could be used in every single edit. And what was the last one?
Optics compensation. That's
What does that do?
that's kind of like the CC lens, except it doesn't create that fisheye look. It just kind of zooms in and distorts it from the center. You can also take the like
Yeah.
the little, I forget what the name of that is called, the position uh cursor, and move it around so that it distorts from different angles, which is kind of cool. I see Lemon Sherpa use that a lot actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not familiar with it. I guess I need to play around with it. If Lemon uses it, then yeah, it can probably be used in almost every edit and look good
I'm just
because
assuming
its edits look insane.
I'm just assuming it's compensation because I it looks a lot similar, very similar to the look that he gets.
It could be. I'll have to check it out after this. I'll experiment with it.
Alrighty, and moving on to another question: what is your single favorite Frag movie? No specific game. Could be Counter Strike, Valorant, COD, Halo.
CS:GO Blinding Lights, I think, is it's hard to say my single favorite one, but that one's up there. I think that one's incredible.
Oh, I've seen that one. Yeah, that's got like the whole like storyline to it, kind of.
Yeah, it's like a movie. It's
Yeah, that's really. What do you like about that one?
the 3D work obviously is incredible. The sound design is incredible. The coloring, like the colors are insane. It's just got a vibe to it, man. Like it looks like a cinematic green color. It's sick.
That one, the Sparkles competition, right?
I don't know. I don't know much about like the competition. I think he told me in the past it did, but I wouldn't know. I just saw it on YouTube.
Yeah, that I think that was a part of that Sparkles competition. It was actually a
Yeah.
competition for $15,000. Uh,
Good Lord.
yeah, dude. So I
That's
mean, that
crazy.
makes sense. It makes sense why that movie's so damn good, right? Like has
Deserved it.
yeah, high ass probably production value into that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like Grammy nomination level good.
What about like a Halo like your favorite Halo montage?
Oh man, that's almost
You can
impossible.
name I'll
Not
I'll
even
give you three. I'll give you three.
yeah. I already know. I already know it, but go ahead.
No, I'm saying you can name three.
Three?
Yeah, name
Oh,
your
I'll
top
just
three.
name I got two off the top of my head. I don't know what about the third one. My first one would be Furion and Fluxy Dual Tage. Just
Okay.
like everyone in my high school talked about that every day for like a year. Um, and then the second one for me is kind of off the wall. It's called Sunlight. It's a Halo Reach edit. Um, I don't know how it's aged. I haven't watched it in a while, but like when I was in college, like I love that edit. So that's that'd be the two.
I'd have to watch that one. I think I know which one you're talking about. Somebody showed it to me. It's like it's got like music about like lights, right? I think.
Yeah, yeah,
I think I've seen
it's
it.
cool. It's a cool edit. I like it a lot.
Now, Furion and Fluxys, did you know that montage has the most views of any montage? Well,
Yeah,
Halo
good
montage.
man.
Halo
It's the
montage. Yeah.
goat, dude. I know it got taken down, but it had like millions of views, right?
Over 10 million, man. That's insane.
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, that was the goat.
Um, see here. Let's talk about your any collabs that you want to do. Like, would you like to collab with any creator? And
Yeah.
who are some creators you'd choose to collab with if you had your choice?
Well, I wanted to do something with Zentz, and it looks like we're probably going to be doing that. We've been in, the early stages of working on something, collabing together, for another player. So that's in the works. So super hyped about that.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
There isn't a lot to talk about at the moment. We're just doing it for a player, and we just worked out the music. I'm pretty sure we got that locked down. So, I mean, he's gonna be doing like the syncing and maybe some of the that portion, and I'll do some of the effects, and we're just gonna collaborate on every piece of it together, though. So it's gonna be like not me doing one section and him doing one section, like a true like combining of our skill sets.
Oh,
That's kind
that's
of the
so cool.
goal. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna work. It's gonna be challenging, I think. I don't know. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited about it. So it's just, we're both really busy, so it's taking some time to get going. But yeah. And then other than that, like Halo Arcade, obviously, I wanted to do something with them, do something with Danchi again in the future. Uh, I wouldn't mind doing a pro player sometime. I know they don't really do them anymore, but like it'd be really cool to do like a pro player one day. And then obviously working with like Noob Slayer, Booba, like those guys are so good, and it'd be sick to work with them one day. But I would love to work with anybody, dude. I tell you, I'd like to work with. It's like Broy. Broy's insane. He's a really, really talented. I'd be honored to work with that guy. And then, Lemon too. Like, there's so many people. I think working with anyone in the space would be cool.
I love his insomnia montage. I think I was talking to Zentz about this. I was like, dude, that montage is like got every gunshot synced and it makes a rhythm with the music. So cool.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, he's got like the best syncing in the world.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so
dope, dude.
so crazy. Yeah, he's talented.
And then while we're on collabs, I'm curious to know who's on your Mount Rushmore of like Halo editors, Halo montage editors.
Oh, I got
You
this.
pick four.
I'm gonna put Fury on. He's one of them.
Eight.
Yeah. And then Puba, obviously, Noob Slayer for me, and then Zentz. That's like the four that I really gravitate towards the most. So
That's more new school, I feel like, than well, besides
yeah,
Furion. Besides Furion, I feel like that's more new
yeah.
school.
Oh, it's definitely more new school. Yeah.
What's it called? Trying to see here. Oh, let's talk about AI. Um, Have you
Yeah.
messed with AI at all? Like I know you did that like that effect, that zoom in effect with AI, but have you messed with any other AI tools?
Um, I haven't used them artistically as in like generating like something that I would have to create artistically. I know that's like a hot button topic, but I haven't used them in my art, put it that way. I definitely use them like generate video and images just to understand how they work. Like I've had them generate like gameplay of games. I use AI constantly, whether it be at work or whatever, because reality is it's happening, right? Like AI is here. I need to understand it. So I use it, but like I don't know that like I'm ever gonna use it to like generate my art. Um I don't mind using it to do like rotoscoping or something like that. But yeah, man, I mean, to each their own on that. That's clearly like people get really passionate about it. I think like it's just inevitable. It sucks kind of, but there's also a lot of positives to AI. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it all turns out.
I feel like we
Um,
I feel like we have to adapt as artists to AI and kind of
I,
leverage it to serve our our content basically. I don't know. That's how I feel about it.
yeah. I mean, you aren't wrong. I mean, the reality is that as it gets better, people who use AI will probably churn stuff out at a faster rate than, someone making something. But for me though, like it's the process of like editing a video or like drawing or something like that. It's it's cathartic. Like it's like relieving like mental energy that you have stored up. So like generating something through AI isn't gonna allow my body to get that out. So I probably won't use it in that regard. Um, but yeah, I mean you aren't necessarily wrong if you're trying to commercialize something and like, keep up with the pace. Yeah, good luck. I mean, it sucks, but I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna get angry at someone about it, but it's definitely a hot topic in a lot of like um ethical talks and just deep philosophical questions there. I could really get into it with that, but
I think I had
like
posed the question to Lemon in our chat, in the Discord chat, and he was like, "The day they automate montages is the day I stop editing Halo."
yeah, I mean I get where he's coming from
I
too.
I I
Like
get
it
it
makes
too.
sense. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen, but it's just like I don't know, man. Like I'm not sure. I mean, art to me, art is not skill. Art is expression, but I do still value the skill set of a skilled artist. Like, it's something to be renowned, like the David, a robot making the David's not that impressive.
And
Like it's not like AI art isn't impressive, but it's still art in that it expresses what the person was trying to say. So I don't know. Uh
you just dropped some straight knowledge right there, man. I could quote
that's
that.
just
I
what I
could put
put.
that on a. I could quote that and put that like as a like inspirational quote there, like a memorable quote. That was knowledge right there. Yeah.
Maybe. Everyone's got their own take, like I don't know, man. Strange world we're heading into.
I know, dude. Like, what are we gonna do, man? Like, if they put AI in a robot that can like, you seen like this dancing robots like Boston Dynamics and stuff. They put AI in that thing. What's gonna happen, dude? Like, we're gonna get replaced. This guy's doing cartwheels and somersaults. I can't even do that.
Yeah, it's it's interesting. I think gosh, I mean, I'm cautiously optimistic. I'm a little nervous about it all. I think everyone has PTSD from the handling of social media because I think back when I was a kid in like the 2000s and the 90s and like I was so like hyped and excited for like new technology, new video games, new consoles, new computers. Like, oh my God, what's the future going to be like? And now everyone's like super negative about the future. And maybe that is a valid thing, but I do believe like what you think creates your reality, and like it's not good that we all have a negative view of everything. But I mean, it maybe just be a realistic view. I couldn't say.
I'm curious to know what the like Gen I think it's Gen Alpha that's in school right now, what their take is on AI because they're growing up with it, you know? Like it's
Yeah.
pretty wild stuff, wild technology they're growing up with. They don't even have to write papers anymore. Like
I'm kind of jealous of them.
I
Like
know,
some people
right?
have the take that they'll be less educated or have less cognitive brain power, and I think that that may be a legitimate thing. I don't think there's enough data yet to determine that. However, I'm jealous in the fact that like when you're younger and you grow up with something, you use it more intuitively because your brain has more plasticity to adapt to it than someone older. And now, I'm jealous in that regard, kind of like how we grew up with the internet, So I don't know.
Let's look at it like driving a car. Like if they automate driving a car and nobody knows how to drive anymore, you think drivers are going to you think there's still going to be good drivers out there? You know, like
I like driving a car. I guess
I
I'll
know,
be
I
an
me
old
too.
man in
Yeah.
that regard. But I wouldn't, I actually think like automating all cars would probably reduce wrecks, even though, but you would take away your free will of preventing yourself from being in a wreck because you can't control if the car glitches. But I don't know. I don't know. That's crazy.
The world is getting wild, dude. The world is getting wild.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you want to talk positive sides, I mean, AI is going to do a lot in every scientific field, especially medical care, if treated correctly, obviously. So, you might see some breakthroughs. I think, what was it, pancreatic cancer? They reduced the mortality rate significantly by using AI models to spot it 4 years earlier. So, pretty cool.
That is good. That is great stuff, actually. Yeah, it's going to revolutionize a lot of industries for sure. I think there's going to be a lot of disruption in the actual like workforce, um, which kind of scares me a little bit. But what are you going to do? You know?
Yeah, I think most white collar jobs they said are going to go away. I mean, I see it at work. I work, I'm an IT manager, and, I'm implementing some AI stuff at work. I don't really want to implement anything that replaces someone's job. That's kind of my philosophy. And we haven't done that yet, but I could definitely see, I could see it's like a dam, the things that we're building up. It's like one day it's just gonna be let loose. I don't know. It worries me, but I think my company is a really good company and cares about its employees, and we're not gonna do anything to reduce, you know, employee employee cost. We want to keep employees around. We just want to enhance their ability to do good work. So I like the philosophy my company has, but I can't say the same for every company.
Right. Let's talk about the contest, the best Effin Halo Frag movie competition. What are your thoughts on the competition?
That was really cool, man. I appreciate you doing that for the community because like editors, they put a lot of work in, um, you want to say you don't care about like views or attention, but like when you spend 8 months on something, it does feel good when people recognize it. So like having someone put together a contest just so that we can all like have a centralized place where we can see each other's stuff and like appreciate each other's stuff is super sick. And that means a lot to all of us, man. Like, so thank you for doing that. I know it's a lot of work and you don't have to do it. So it's pretty cool, man. I love it.
I appreciate all the entries and you guys, uh, putting all your efforts into, your videos and everything, man. I know how hard everybody works on their stuff, and it's always
Yeah.
nice to to have some sort of like, central hub for these kind of things.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's a big deal for it actually, because we all follow each other. But like with the algorithms these days, like sometimes people I can be subscribed to someone and I never see their video. And maybe I get on Twitter, because I follow them there so I can keep up with it. And the Twitter feed doesn't show me their posts. So like I always know I can go to yours and find everybody who entered in the contest, something like that, and find it that way. It's kind of consolidated. So that's super helpful.
Absolutely. And what are your thoughts on like let's say well let me ask you your thoughts on Tempest. What did you think about that video?
Insane. Absolutely insane, dude. I love the intro. I love the music. I love the effects. The little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo transitions he does with the music. Oh man, it's clean. It's clean. He was showing me throughout the process of making that. That is an incredible video.
Blackhawk he was like I want well I told Blackhawk I'm like I want to savor the moment when you release it, and then
Yeah.
like halfway through it I'm like, you know what, man, just fucking show me the video, please. Please.
Yeah. His effects are crazy.
I love that
It-
video, dude.
the way he does the transitioning with like taking the sniper rifle out. I mean, a lot of people do it, but like the way he executes it so clean, and he may be one of the best at doing it. He does like that boxy stuff to like transition. I absolutely love when he does it.
His eyes
And then
for
the sanctuary clip. Oh,
his eyes for cuts are so dope. Like he's got
yeah.
such a good eye for the clean cuts in his
Yeah.
videos. And then
Yeah. It's insane.
on top of the cuts, he mixes in like effects in there, so it looks even better. You don't really see the genius behind the simplicity of his kind of like, I guess, workflow.
Oh yeah, he's insane. He's got a good workflow too. He's showed me it, and it's helped me get better for sure. Just taking tips from him all the time. It's definitely helped me.
So I'm still considering, like, I'm thinking whether I should. I We've gone about 56 minutes now, almost an hour, and I feel like I should tell people, especially if they came all the way to the end of the podcast. All right, so I want to reveal the top three. I'll go with the honorable mentions first. So honorable mentions are so honorable mentions, they can't go to, like, it was like most artistic, or like most creative, best creative gameplay and stuff, but
Yeah,
we decided to turn it into the honorable mentions. So there's two honorable mentions. One is Halo 2 Slayers by Be the Cow and Flex Your Index, and the other is Don't Go by Blake the Strafe. So
nice.
those two videos will be getting, we'll be getting a consolation prize, um, $50 a piece, um, and yeah, thank you so much for both those creators. Thank you so much for making the
Yeah,
video.
Blake's dope, dude. I used to run into him on Halo 3. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's a great guy, man. I talk to him every once in a while. He's a very nice guy. Um, and Flex Your Index, and I've never talked to Be the Cow, but Flex Your Index is, he's going to be the one editing
Yeah.
this podcast. So he's a great
Oh,
contributor.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know him personally. I've never talked to him.
Great guy, dude. Great guy. He's a phenomenal Halo 2 player, fucking monster, dude.
Yeah.
Um, and then, okay, let's top three, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Top three. So in third place, oh man, I'm doing this all off the top of my head. In third place is Eli X's Halo Infinite montage by Xander.
Insane editor.
Insane freaking
Yeah.
video. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So good.
Sick video. I love the track in that video. It's a short video, like it's a 1 minute and 31 second. Like it's right on the cusp of being eligible for the competition.
Also, it's really impressive. Like, I've never done like Twitch clip edits, but I imagine it's a lot more challenging, and it turned out really, really good.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know it was off a stream.
Is it? Oh, I may be wrong then.
No, it might be. And
I bet
you
you're
might be
correct.
right. Yeah, no,
Thought
no,
it
no.
was.
No, it is, because
Yeah.
he's got the little window there on the
Can.
side. Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. Next video is, well, it's your video.
Oh shit,
Dude,
Oh.
second place, bro. Halo on PlayStation, with gameplay by Danchi, editing by Reflections. Fucking phenomenal video, dude. It got edged out by the number one place
Let's
by
go.
by a fucking hair, dude. By a fucking, I think it was half a point. So,
Yeah.
uh, but dude,
Well, I already know what the number one is. I already knew, man.
phenomenal
It's
job,
dope.
dude. Phenomenal job on that video.
Can I guess? Can I guess the number one, or should I not guess? Should I not guess?
Guess.
Oh, it's
You know it.
Tempest.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah.
Yes, sir. Let's
Tempest.
go.
It's Tempest. But
Yeah.
it's if I gave you the scores, it's by half a point, really. It came down to half
Nice.
a point average. So uh, really, really close. So it's Tempest, Halo on PlayStation, and Eli X's Halo Infinite Montage. Congratulations to those guys. What's it called? So it's like I think the prize pool is 200 for third, 300 for fourth, and 400 for fifth. I mean for three. Sorry, 300 for second, 400 for first.
Let's go. Dude, that's awesome, man. I appreciate you putting it on. I can't believe I got number two. That's crazy. I don't think I ever really placed in one before, so
He deserved it, man. That was a fucking awesome video, man. You worked your ass off on that, dude.
yeah, that's crazy, man.
So we
I
can shoot
know
the
that
shit now, man.
last one, man. Yeah, dude, I'm blown away. Like, I'm glad it turned out good. Like, that's crazy.
It's recognition, man. You deserve
Yeah.
all of it, dude. You and
To be
Dan.
honest, I didn't think you'd get anything. I didn't think it'd place at all. So that's incredible. Um, wow, that's
Yeah, and
dope.
I'm thinking of like designing like a little like custom graphic for each first, second, and third place winner and announcing it on the on the FMA X account and Discord, obviously too. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, man.
no, that'd be dope, dude. That's so cool.
Well, yeah, if
Hell
everybody,
yeah.
all the people that made it to the end, they're gonna know who the winners are because I'm not gonna have
Yeah.
announcement video done till, I mean, if I can get it done this weekend, it'd be dope. But I really I have
You should do the video for sure, man. It'd be worth it. Icing on the cake, dude. You know what I mean?
oh, absolutely, man. I'm trying to think of how I'm gonna do it. I have a song picked out. Um, it's a pretty cool song, but I don't know. I might change my mind on it. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure things out.
Yeah. Like it'd be pretty cool though. Do that. What kind of music are you gonna use? Like what are you thinking? Like
It's a
what's the
weird
best
song.
solution?
It's a weird song. It's like it's like screamo techno, but it's like a chanting.
Okay.
It's like a chanting song. So it's like
Who's the artist?
it's by a band called Distorted Memories, and it's called
Huh.
In the Heart of Your Fire.
Oh, that'd be cool.
So isn't that a dope name for a song? In the Heart of Your Fire. That I think that's a
Yeah,
cool
that's
name.
pretty
It's a
cool.
cool song name.
So what are you gonna do? Like you gonna like clip in stuff that won?
Yeah.
That'd be cool, man.
I'm trying to think of how to do like a little highlight video of like the entries and to the music and everything, and then announce the winners and you know kind of time everything to the length of the song. Um, we'll see. I got to get creative with it, but I still got to do all the shorts, man. I still got like 30 more shorts I got to do.
Damn.
Yeah,
You
dude.
know the shorts doing well?
Actually, they are, dude. I've got like 4,000 views on in like since yesterday. Since I uploaded them yesterday.
Yeah, shorts are popping off, man.
Yeah.
I should upload shorts, but I don't know. I just it's what it is.
I mean, the thing is like if you're looking to get monetized, like you still need like what is it, like a million views in shorts or whatever. Like, it's not the same views as it's not the same views weighted as it's not a million, but
Yeah.
it's not the same as the regular views.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, I should probably
You should do shorts,
I don't
dude.
know. I've done it before. I don't like cluttering up my feed
True,
with
true,
stuff.
yeah. I feel
I
you.
don't know. I don't know. At this point, I think I've given up on like the monetization thing, so I'm not really like too concerned about it.
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Because like, I mean, I'm doing like copyrighted stuff anyway.
Right. I mean, although I feel like you do deserve money for your work, but
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, yeah. I mean, I could always open up commissions. I keep turning people down. It's like I need to do it one day.
The
I don't
thing
know.
the thing about commissions is like whenever I've taken on a project by commission, I always feel like I well, and obviously this is how you should feel, right? Like I have to do what the person wants me to do. And sometimes their vision is not exactly the most optimal vision for the montage or for the song that they have picked out. Whereas if they gave me creative freedom over the video, I think I could produce something better than what they have in mind, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that is challenging. For me, it's just like it feels like work, but
Yeah,
like
exactly too.
um I think it is cool like it takes someone else's like vision and try and see what it can come out of you while thinking about like what they want. Like that I think that's a creative aspect or avenue that you can go down that can lead to some unique conceptions for sure. Like I don't know. I think there's a lot of potential there. Dude, I read last year I read that book called The Creative Act by Rick Rubin, and like it's such a cool book. I've read it again twice this summer, and each time I read it I learn something new or retain something different.
Can you tell us a little bit about that book?
Uh it's just a book. Rick Rubin is a music producer and he makes music. You know, he's probably worked on some of your favorite artists' music. You know, he's worked on some of the biggest records of the past like 30 years. Whether it be Johnny Cash, the Beastie Boys, to like Kanye, to just just about anybody that made something really, really profound. Um, he kind of goes through his methodologies of you know, how he gets his best work or how to get the best work out of yourself, and it's really cool. Um, I find myself finding it very similar to religion sometimes, as far as like some of the stuff that you see in like the Bible that maybe you learn in church. You know, like as far as like he talks about speaking to like source and God and all this, and it's pretty interesting. But
That is
you
really cool,
know,
actually.
it's super dope. He makes all kinds of, you know, like one tip he gives is like, you know, limit yourself when you're working on a project. You know, limitations create innovation. Kind of like you know, in Star Wars, they couldn't figure out how to make the hovercraft hover, so and I think they accidentally smeared some oil on the camera lens, and it created like this hover looking effect. So like, you know, just stuff like that. You know, it was cool. Cool. Weird ways to like force yourself into an environment where you can create something cool, which is really neat. It's super dope. By the way, I've been doing a lot of 3D stuff. All your talk of it got me inspired, you know.
Hell yeah, dude.
It's been fun, man. Trying to push my limits a little bit, but 3D is sick, man.
Yeah, for people that don't know, like fucking Reflections is a whiz at Blender, dude. Like he's fucking incredible. I was watching him and taking notes while he was editing in Blender.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know that I'm a whiz, but I'm
To
definitely I
me,
know my way around it.
to me, I mean, dude, like like you blew my mind when you're like you got to click the armature in order to get in order to be able to move the Spartan, and I'm like, oh my god, that's all I wanted to know. Like
Yeah.
now
I
I
still
can
get
build.
lost in that. I will say, talking about using AI, I'll turn it in voice mode and share my screen. And if I get lost in like a UI on Blender, it can kind of guide me on where I need to go so that I can learn quicker. It's a really, really fast-paced tool for learning. Kind of useful in that regard.
Yeah, using AI as a tutor is definitely powerful stuff.
Yeah, it's insane. It's actually crazy. It can, because it's so much faster than Googling it or having to go to YouTube and like find a tutorial and sift through the tutorial and then play it back, play it back, play it back because you step by step. Like it can just be like, go here, click this button, this does this.
Right.
It's awesome.
Did I know we when we have conversations like we get into like these deep introspective conversations that I'm trying to like get get going like in the podcast, you know, like I
Yeah.
want to talk about like that source that you're talking about. Like how do we extract the montage from the montage ether, from the Halo montage ether to create better work, you know? Like fucking
Um, in the book, he talks about like you every day the universe is just like a stream of data, and like ideas don't really belong to people. And like I think David Bowie says that, a lot of other great artists say that, that like ideas don't really belong to you. They just come to you, and you have the opportunity to tune into them, and then you have the opportunity to execute them. And if you don't, someone else will. I'm sure. I'm sure you've known someone who was like, "Man, I had that idea for like a business or something cool." And it's like, "I had that idea a few months ago," and they didn't. It came into fruition, even though they didn't act on it. Um, so like, just learning to pay attention to your surroundings. Like, I don't know, just it's interesting. I think it's cool. It's really just like goes back to having like life experiences, and some people will naturally tune into that better. Um, what's interesting though, that the concept of like there's some higher dimensional space that sends ideas to us and we execute them. Like with AI, we're sending our ideas from our brain down to the AI to execute. So did we just put ourselves in the chain further? I don't know.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting. But yeah, yeah, I love that kind of stuff, man. But yeah, it's interesting.
I
I
do
love that
feel
book. I
I
could
do
talk about it all day.
I do feel we are a part of a collective consciousness where we might be like there might be like this Halo Montage collective that we're not even aware of that we can kind of tap into or something. I don't know. I'm trying. I'm really grasping at shit right now.
I mean, maybe. I definitely think like um, it is a bit of a hive mind in certain respects, because you look in like certain communities. Not even talking about just the Halo Montage community, but like let's say like the AIM community. There's a big thing, the Battlefield 6 player getting banned, but there's like a whole AIM community where they like practice those flicks and stuff, and like it kind of creates a hive mind of people that have like similar opinions on certain subsets of things. So like, I mean, you're probably right. And when people deviate from it, they create little sub communities, sub bubbles, in those communities. And sometimes they get rejected or accepted. It's really interesting. I mean, it's just human social dynamics on the internet, basically, right? That's really all it is. But yeah, we're getting deep there.
Yeah, we are, man. I'm starting to think I'm thinking all over the place right now. My mind is jumping all over the place.
Yeah. Well, it's just like, everyone makes cool stuff, and I think we all feed off each other. Yeah, you see someone do a cool transition, you're like, oh shit, like I gotta go like mess around with that concept, stuff like that.
I
Pretty cool.
I like the idea where we touched on genuine inspiration. Like where can you draw like genuine like do you just like some of these artists like musicians, they don't listen to the genre that they play music for or any kind of similar genre, like they'll watch, they'll pull from different kind of mediums for their ideas. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, you just gotta like always be looking, and if you're well, right, especially in today's world with all the content that's coming at you, it's a lot of garbage. So like you gotta filter that, or you're gonna like get garbage filtering through your art, I think. Um, and I think we're all susceptible to that, maybe. I know I am, but yeah, you gotta like seek out new things. One thing I find interesting is like maybe you listen to a song, you're like, I don't like that, but like someone likes it, like a bunch of people like it probably. Like if someone else can like it, you can probably like it. Your life experiences may not predispose you to liking it immediately, but you can definitely learn to like it. I think that goes for anything. But I think I think it's just like for me, dude, I get excited like whenever I'm watching like a movie or something like cool color effects. I just get excited at like that. But lately, bro, like I've been finding inspiration in the sky, like beautiful cloud pictures and stuff. Like, golly, like the sky. We've had some crazy thunderstorms here, and the sky has just been like
So like look in nature.
crazy. Oh yeah,
to
nature.
nature. Yeah,
Nature is the greatest artist. My God, it's like beautiful, dude. Like the thunderstorms here, just like insane looking. Like I think my like where I live, it's like rumbling every day. We've had so many thunderstorms. It's absolutely insane. It's been like that all summer. But yeah, you definitely find inspiration in anything, man. Like I think just getting passionate about the smallest details of stuff is where it's at.
the reason I brought up is maybe like looking elsewhere for inspiration and stuff instead of montages is like
Yeah.
I'm wondering if I'm hindering my creative spirit, my creative like
Mm.
abilities by watching and reacting to all these Halo montages and other Frag movies, you know? If I should be focusing my attention elsewhere for improving my content.
I don't think I don't think you're hurting yourself by watching Halo stuff. That's your space, right? I think you do want to pulse on your community, but you have plenty of time outside of that to get other influences. Um,
That's true, yeah.
whether watching TV or music. I mean, dude, like you could like you could take inspiration from like writers, like anyone that does any form of like art, like no matter the medium, some of the advice that they give is it's all similar and it can be applied to any other form of art. So it's quite interesting, but um ultimately like as much advice as there is out there, there may be no secret. It's just like just make stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Whatever you feel compelled to make something, just do it. Just experiment and play like a kid. That's what I like to do. Just childlike. I don't know.
That is true. The Bible says in order to enter the kingdom of God, you must be like a little child.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that part. That's sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
I think it was Jesus that said it. I think he was like, in
Yeah.
order to enter the kingdom of God, you must be like an innocent child.
Dude, Jesus had some good quote. Even if you're like not Christian, Jesus was a pretty sick guy. You got to admit.
Yeah, he's dope,
Like
dude. I love Jesus.
Jesus was a good dude, like genuinely. Like he cared for everybody. He cared for the poor, the homeless, the sick. It didn't matter. Like he loved everybody, which is just like cool. I feel like a lot of Christians don't represent it properly. But yeah, I mean, I definitely consider myself Christian and I mean, I'm not gonna force my religion on anybody or anything, but like, man, Jesus is cool, man.
Same here. I'm Christian. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm like the best. I mean, I curse and stuff, and I.
Oh yeah.
But you know, I go to church. I was baptized like actually like
Nice.
4 or 5 months ago for the, I was
Yeah.
baptized in here in revival, um, and give my life to Christ then. And although I had given my life to Christ before that, but they want to make it like official or whatever. So like,
Yeah. Oh, that's dope, man. Congrats. I've never done a baptism. I gave my life to Jesus when I was younger, but I never did a baptism. I always wanted to though. I think it'd be a pretty cool thing to do.
I told my brother about my baptism, and he's like, "Oh, well, I want to get baptized in the ocean." I got baptized in like a pool.
Nice. Well, like the pulpit thing, like in the church.
Yeah, it's like a well, I
Yeah.
think it was like an inflatable pool actually. It was yeah, it wasn't like super fancy, but I mean,
Yeah.
does it really need to be fancy if like, the Bible teaches not to be about like, being
Yeah.
covetous and stuff like about money and stuff like it's all about whether you truly believe in your heart.
Yeah, me and my buddy, me and my cousin always wanted to do it in a creek. Um,
Like in
and
the
passed
movies.
away. Yeah, I mean, like yeah, it's something I definitely want to do one day. I don't know why I haven't do it. I'm just so throughout my life, I'm so shy to do things that I actually want to do and like be myself. It's something I've tried to, do more as I've gotten older. It's just be myself. Don't be nervous to like do things you want to do, you know?
It's a big thing. Like I was watching one because I got baptized with like three other guys, and one of the guys he was shaking when he was giving his testimony. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, man, like that's the fear of God.
Yeah, I honestly like I love Jesus so much, but like I've had a lot of like I just grew up in the church like going 3 days a week, and like as I've gotten older, I don't like I find it hard for me to want to go to church, even though I'm still Christian. It's just a struggle for me, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's a constantly back and forth in that. It's like, yeah, I probably need to be in church right now, but like also I don't want to go because I'm lazy and I'm a bad Christian. So I don't know.
Ah, as
Yeah,
long
I'm
as your
rough on
love
it.
for Jesus in your heart, I don't think he's gonna judge you for not going to
Yeah,
church when, you know. But
yeah,
speaking of Jesus and speaking of God and Christianity, I know you put some actual like and we'll end on this too. You put some like sublims or like flash frames into your edits of like religious I don't know, like artifacts and
yeah,
religious what's it called, symbolism.
yeah. I definitely have some Christian symbolism in there. People like to flash stuff, like subliminal messaging in certain things. A lot of times, I'm not saying like people like cursing you or stuff, but like I think like sometimes there's like the 666 stuff, and just it's more like a funny thing to people. But I was like, man, like y- I want to like put stuff that's positive in there and like bless people and stuff, which is I know people would probably think that's silly, but yeah, it's just like Bible scriptures and stuff like that, just kind of hidden in there. But really, it's just like a lot of times it's stuff that I'm going through, that my struggle with religion and how I feel about life and things, like that's why I have it in there. It's like, yeah, I'm dealing with this and this is in here. I'm not gonna explain the effects and stuff, but like, I have stuff in there. Like, it's like I watch it back and like, whoa, you know.
It's really cool to incorporate spiritualism into edits, Halo montages. I don't think anybody's really doing that. I think I did it in like one or two edits of mine,
Yeah.
but there other than that, like I don't think anybody else is doing anything like that
They might.
from what I've seen at least.
I mean, if they're not doing it intentionally, I'm pretty sure they're doing it subconsciously, you
Oh
know?
yeah,
I don't know if like sometimes I watch stuff back and I'm like, oh, okay, that's what I was trying to say. I don't know. It's interesting.
absolutely, man. Reflections, absolute pleasure having you on, brother. I don't want to keep you too long. It's a Friday night. I want you to enjoy your weekend and enjoy your Friday night.
Sir,
What's it called? Always an absolute pleasure and honor talking to you. One of the best creators in the Halo montage space, guys. Reflections, everybody.
thank you, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks for putting on the contest. Can't believe I freaking like placed. Like that's crazy.
Second place,
So
bro. Good job.
thank you, man. Thank you. Shout out to everybody else too. Like that's awesome. Let's keep making stuff.
Hell yeah, man. All right. Have a good one.
You too, man.